Coming up on Mountain News this morning, one organization continues to aid Appalachia in efforts to recover from the July 2022 flood. And Governor Beshear made his way to Churchill Downs as the Kentucky Derby prepares to begin.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. The time is 6 a.m. on Thursday, May 2nd. Now let's check in with meteorologist Tim Drawbridge for a look at your forecast this morning.
Good morning, Olivia. Good morning, everyone. Been accused maybe from time to time of having my head in the fog, but hey, it's literally today outside our door here at WYMT. The fog is developing and temperatures have fallen back a couple of degrees outside our door as well now at 52, and some of the visibilities are fluctuating in a few areas, not only here in Hazard, but also your way at Harlan and down at Jacksboro and Jonesville and Ashland, between about a half mile to a mile at times, and then improving up to about 3 or 4 miles. So just keep that in mind getting you out the door this morning. Pretty much in the 50s region-wide, minus Jackson at 61, 48 at Clinwood. We've dropped 4 now at Louisville, from 70 now down to 66. I had visibility on there twice, but hey, twice is just as nice as we go ahead and show you the satellite weather composite. Just a scattering of clouds on the overnight period. Otherwise, high pressure is in charge, and that means sunny to partly cloudy today and a high in Hazard up to 88. More about your first alert sizzling forecast. That's all coming up in just a few moments. Olivia?
All right, Tim, thank you. The U.S. Grant Career Center from the Cincinnati area is making it their mission to continue serving the mountains following the July 2022 flood, teaching their students that they can use what they learn in the classroom to also give back. I was able to meet up with them at their work site yesterday. Here they are. Volunteers are continuing to make their way into Eastern Kentucky. This group of more than 20 students and staff is from the U.S. Grant Career Center in Bethel, Ohio. Superintendent Mike Perry says this is their second trip following the July 2022 floods, and it feels good to be back and see positive change.
There's progress been made in that area. It looked better than it did last year, just like some people were recovering and starting to get back on their feet. I know we still have a lot of work to do and there's a lot of opportunity, but I was really happy to see progress being made.
Giving students the opportunity to keep the momentum going. Senior Chloe Vining says despite the growth, there is still work to be finished.
I think just the need for food, supplies, rebuilding is just so important. I just really hope to make an impact in the community and really get to see how it impacts others.
Using their technical skills to make that impact. From painting a home and rebuilding its deck to serving a community meal. Junior Eli Stark says he is getting a lot out of the trip as well.
You'd be surprised how much that you get out of it too. I mean, it really fills you up being able to help people, and I think it's important for everybody to lend a hand.
Superintendent Perry says the group also hosted a supply fundraiser back home before the trip to bring items to pass out while they are here. Folks in the Big Sandy gathered to celebrate innovation by Big Sandy Healthcare Incorporated, which will expand accessibility to every corner of the region. WYMT's Madison Carmouche has more on the mobile medical unit and its mission.
From the mouth of the hollow to the head of the hollow.
And that is where Big Sandy Healthcare Incorporated plans to expand its services with the new Women's Health Mobile Clinic. The expansion on wheels is made with founder Eula Hall's mission of accessibility in mind.
We've been after this mission to serve the people and to follow the needs, just like Eula would say, follow the need, and we can help people.
A need that Eula Hall, who died in 2021, began to tackle more than 50 years ago, providing quality care regardless of income.
First of all, Big Sandy is a federally qualified health center, so we offer quality care to patients who don't have easy access to care for patients who may be underinsured.
Officials say that a big part of this mobile unit is that it is a fully functioning clinic with a 40 ultrasound machine as well as a mobile lab.
I feel like it's a really good resource for the area because we can offer services or encourage patients to come get a service that they wouldn't normally get. Women's care is something that people neglect a lot sometimes, and it's really important to us that they have access to annual visits.
The mobile clinic offers services like cervical cancer screenings with the hope of keeping folks healthy.
I think Eula may be looking down on us and saying, you guys are doing a good job, keep it up.
In Floyd County, Madison Carmouche, WYMT Mountain News.
For more information about the location of the truck and how to get it in your area, you can find this story on our website or the WYMT News app. Kentucky's highest authority was at the track ahead of the state's biggest event. Governor Andy Beshear visited Churchill Downs in Louisville for the first time this Derby week. One of the things he talked about yesterday was what the track is doing to keep horses safe after a string of horse deaths around last year's Run for the Roses.
Working with Churchill, working with other groups to make sure that doesn't happen in the future. Looking at all of the different reasons that could have been happening, how we keep horses that may be dinged up from running, making sure that the right incentives are in place that prioritize the health of the horse. That's what we're always going to want to prioritize.
Last year, a dozen horses died at Churchill Downs over a 6-week period. Race officials moved them to a different track for the rest of the spring meet, but they never found anything inherently wrong with Churchill that may have led to the deaths.
A good Thursday to you. Waking up to warm temperatures across eastern and southern Kentucky this morning, generally in the 50s. Clintwood, though, checking in at 49. You make your way to Jackson. We're actually down a couple of degrees at 61 as well around New Circle Road in Lexington. Just a few clouds as we made our way around midnight into the early part of the overnight period. High pressure in charge and helping to steer that complex into Illinois before it completely lost its punch, and also holding some moisture still at bay to our southwest. As we check out the planner heading through the day for today, sunny to partly cloudy. It will be very warm. If you do prefer, just simply hot. A forecast high in Hazard to 88. The record high in Jackson's 87, previously set in 2012, and I think we end up easily attaining that. Will the weekend be just as hot? We'll let you know. The First Alert 7-day forecast coming up in just a few moments. Hit it twice there, but that's okay. Olivia, back to you.
Thank you, Tim, and thanks for joining us on Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way. When we return, campus crackdowns coast to coast as schools start to take steps to shut down protests.